Hey BookTube, it's Angie from Angie Rose Nomad. How was your week? I hope it was better than mine. I got hit by what I deemed to be the plague on Monday evening and felt terrible pretty much most of the week. Started feeling a little bit better yesterday, and then today it's much better, but it was touch and go, you guys. It was touch and go. I was scared for a while there. And when I say the plague, I really hope you guys don't think that I actually mean the plague. I'm just, dramatizing for BookTube purposes. So that being said, I did not get much reading done this week at all. I got a little, and then I got some planning done, which I'm going to show you guys, which I'm really excited about. I got some BookTube watching done, caught up on some videos, which is always great. And I think another reason that I wasn't a keen reader this week was one of the books that I'm going to show you guys kind of put me in a slump. So let's just get into it. I did finish one book this week, and that is One in a Million by Lindsay Kelk. So this is a story of a woman named Annie who works at this social media agency where they're basically marketing their clients on all platforms of social media. So she works in this shared office space where there are a bunch of different types of offices there, and they all share the building. And one of these people approaches Annie and kind of doubts that she's really great at her job and can get followers to come in. So he bets her that they cannot pick a random person and she give them 20,000 Instagram followers in a month. So the challenge is on, and the contestant that Annie will be working with is the next person who walks through the door, which is a guy named Dr. Samuel Page, who has this really long beard, kind of like hippie looking from what it sounded like in the book. Very strict, kind of more on the reserved side, and not on social media at all. He has a Facebook, which is rarely used. So Annie decides to work with Sam and try and make him over a little bit so she can win her bet. But while she's doing that, she starts to develop feelings for him, and it's just a really sweet contemporary romance. There were some great moments. I laughed out loud in public like a loon, and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars, I believe. Looking back, I might have rated it a little bit lower, maybe a 3.75, but I'm not going to get that technical. We're just going to keep it at a 4. But I thought that for being a romance, I know not all romances are steamy, but it didn't have anything to go on, you guys. It just had, I like him. You got me reading romance. I need a little bit of steam. Just like that much. Just a little bit. I do recommend it. I thought it was really cute and a fun read. So then, as I was casually reading some other books I'm getting ready to show you, I was mainly planning like a fool. So we have this planner here that is my baby. Pineapples and pink. And I'm going to show you guys my calendar spread for February. I'm really excited, you guys. Ta-da! So, as we can see, I am doing my BookTube videos on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I have all of my BookTube videos scheduled out. I have 2 of my True Crime Tuesdays scheduled out. I'm missing 1, so if you guys have any case suggestions, let me know. And I've also decided, just a random note, I know not everyone watches them, but I've also decided to do 2 true crime videos a week now. It might start earlier, but I know I'm going to have it start no later than the first week of March. So on Tuesday, I'm going to focus on a true crime case that has either been solved or remains unsolved. And then on Saturdays, I'm going to focus on a missing persons case. I did a video on the Savannah Spurlock case, and I just really enjoyed doing that type of video, bringing awareness to these missing persons cases to get eyes on them as well. And a little bit of a sneaky peeky that you guys might not be able to see is the very last case in February is going to be on the O.J. Simpson trial. So I've also fallen down the rabbit hole doing some research on that. So next week is the Van Breda family murders, and I was all ready to go post it this week. I needed to edit a little bit, and then I got really sick and I didn't want to edit. Luckily, my video that came up on Wednesday, my Read It or Leave It, was already pre-filmed and edited. It was ready to go. All I had to do was hit post. that wasn't the case with this week. So if you're here for the true crime, it will be returning next week. I am terribly sorry. I also have a little pocket planner that I carry everywhere in my purse. My purse is too small to support Big Beauty over there. And I was writing down video ideas for March, so I'm really stoked. I didn't read a lot this week, but I think I was pretty stinking productive for being sick. Okay, so let's get into the books that I'm currently reading. And one that I might not be reading for much longer. Let's get into that one first. So the first book that has kind of put me in a little bit of a slumpy this week is The Library Book by Susan Orlean. Oh, library book. This is such a pretty book, and I really wanted to just zip through it. I am enjoying it, you guys. The writing is magical. There's no other word for it. She writes beautifully. Let me find you an example really quickly. I have like my tabbies are everywhere in here. Okay, here's one that I actually wrote on my tab that it was making me misty-eyed. We looked for a light to turn on, but most of the switches clacked futilely. It was a sunny day outside, but in the library it was dusk. The windows were so dirty that only streaky light poured in. The mournfulness felt like a hand pressing on my chest. I have seen plenty of vacant buildings, but this felt more than vacant. This building made the permanence of libraries feel forsaken. This was a shrine to being forgotten, to memories sprinkled like salt, ideas vaporized as if they never had been formed. Stories evaporated as if they had no substance and no weight, keeping them bound to the earth and to each of us, and most of all, to the yet unfolded future. I really, really enjoy her writing style. So this book follows the story of the 1986 Central Library fire in Los Angeles and how it destroyed 400,000 books and damaged 700,000 more. And that part of the story I find very, very interesting. But Susan Orlean has also included people that are relevant to the library's history somehow. And I feel like when she introduces them, it kind of goes off on a tangent. And it's not really holding my attention in those parts. And unfortunately, those parts are more and more common than what's actually going on with the library. So this book is due back on Sunday. I have it on hold on my Overdrive app. So between now and Sunday, I might just keep going a little bit and then wait until I get it on Overdrive to maybe finish it up. Maybe I just need a break from it for a minute. So then I am still reading my buddy read with Rach from Book Piles, and that is The Lavender Garden by Lucinda Riley. I am doing a vlog type video for this, which you guys will see toward the end of the month. So I'm not going to really discuss this one in depth. I'm not very far in still, shocker, but I am enjoying what I'm reading so far. Okay, so now we have the book that I really started to get into today. Before this, I was just kind of flipping through, reading casually. It was my nighttime book, and once I sit in my bed, I am done. So not a lot of reading gets done in my room, but it is The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson. Yep, I am really, really enjoying this book from the library. Yeah. We're not going to talk about that. So this is about a guy named Ted who meets a woman named Lily on a flight from London to Boston. And Ted has just found out that his wife is cheating on him with the contractor to a house they're having built. So obviously Ted is very hurt and begins to talk to Lily and just air his frustrations. And then finally he said, you know, I'm so mad I could just kill her. And Lily's like, why don't we? Let's kill her. So it's about their plot and things like that. I don't want to give too much away. They are separated into parts in this story, and I've just started part 2. I think that there's going to be a twist with what happened at the very end of part 1. So we shall see. I have kind of found it to where, you know, when you guys read books and the spouse or boyfriend and girlfriend of the main character has just done something despicable, and you think to yourself, why can't they just get revenge? Well, this book is taking revenge to the next level. But I'm about halfway through it right now, and I will let you guys know what I think of this one. So then on Saturday, I took my books that I featured in my unhaul video to a local bookstore. I wanted to see if any of them were eligible for trade credit. They were, and I got a couple of new books. They are books that I have been wanting to read for quite some time, with the exception of the very last one. So we're just going to start. The first one is A Little Life. I'm not even going to try. I know I'm going to butcher it. Everyone knows about this book, I feel. This story follows 4 friends who move to New York City in order to, pursue their dreams and just about their lives. And it's also centered around one of the friends, a man named Jude, who has experienced this really terrible childhood trauma. So I'm wondering what kind of ramifications that it is going to have on the other 3 men as well as Jude. And it's really about, the families that you have, but also the families that you choose. The next book I have been wanting to read for quite some time, and that is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But this store had the ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which includes 5 books. So it's The Hitchhiker's Guide, The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, Life, the Universe, and Everything, So Long, and Thanks for All the Fish, and Mostly Harmless. I am so stinking excited that I found this. Hitchhiker's Guide follows the story of a man named Arthur Dent. Yes. And right before Earth is about to be demolished to put in this galactic freeway, he's actually saved by Ford Prefect. And this is just telling their story, their adventure as they go through time and space. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, so maybe I'll get a little bit of a fix in this one. The next book is Major Pettigrew's Last Stand. This is by Helen Simonson. I heard about this on What Should I Read Next? It is a podcast that is done by Anne Bogle. Love, love, love it. You get so many recommendations for books. I have this huge list of books that were recommended through that podcast that I'm not even going to touch for quite some time, but this was one of them. And it follows the story of a older gentleman by the name of Major Pettigrew, who is kind of rigid and set in his ways. And then this Pakistani shopkeeper enters his life, and it is about their unlikely friendship. And the last one that I know nothing about is The Last Thing I Told You. This is by Emily Arsenault. I don't want to know anything about this. This will probably be on my March Mystery Madness TBR. And I have so many mystery books already picked out for that I think the best thing to do is just go and reach and then pick a new book like that instead of reading the back. So there we have it, guys. Those are the books I'm reading, the couple of books I got naughtily. But I did take the books that I was getting rid of, and what they didn't take for credit, I took them to the local library and donated them like a good person. I am curious to know if you guys have read any of these books, or if you like to plan like me, and what kind of planner you use. Do you use bullet journals? Do you have a traveler's notebook? Do you, have an Erin Condren? I just love planning. I'm just gonna go because this will be a long tangent about planning. Let's chat down in the comments below. If you've liked this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to become part of the tribe. I will see you in my next video. Bye.